Welcome back, lottery fans. I did this video a few months ago and it got a lot of great reception. A lot of you really enjoyed it, and I've certainly shared it with many people as they've asked questions about it, so it's been a great resource for the channel. But since I've done that, we've changed up the number vault quite a bit, so I wanted to go ahead and do this video again with the newest version of the number vault. And this video is basically a walkthrough of the number vault to show you basically what are the different sections and how you can play and how I would recommend you play, or rather make some suggestions on how to play based on your level or based on where you are with playing the lottery, just to give you a little bit of a helping hand as to how to use the number vault. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the July edition of the number vault. For those of you that are watching this video as I'm putting out, you'll know that this is we're still in July, so you're going to get a little bit of a sneak as to what the numbers are already in for July. So if you haven't bought the number vault, you're getting a little bit of a bonus there. But if you don't have the number vault, I highly recommend you go and get this. The August edition is out now. I put out the new edition every single month. You can get it from lotterypredictor.com. Just go to lotterypredictor.com. There's a link down below in the footer for getting the latest version, or you can do it from the menu. And of course, I'll make sure there's a link below in the description of this video. And basically what the number vault is, it's a pick 3, pick 4 lottery tip sheet where I do a whole bunch of rundowns, calculations, algorithms, and I go ahead and I pick out a lot of great numbers to help you pick your numbers throughout the month, so you don't have to do all the algorithms and the rundowns and stuff. You can actually go ahead and use what's in here. Now the changes that have been made in recent months is I've taken out a couple of sections, but I've done that specifically to make room for a lot of new stuff. So it used to be 10 pages big, now it's a massive 50 pages big. And the reason for that is because you have every single state lotteries in here, including a couple of provinces in Canada as well. So you're getting a massive value, and it's not a case where you have to buy a new version for every individual state. You'll get all states within your single version, which is, from my perspective, a great value, but definitely let me know in the comments below if you appreciate that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to show you the different sections. As I said, as I'll step through them, I'll recommend how I like to play them, or how I would suggest either a newbie player plays them, or someone that's been playing a lottery for a long time be playing them, and what they're there for. So as we get into this, the first section, I break this down into a couple of different sections. So I believe the first 6 or 7 pages are what I call the common numbers, and these are numbers that are good for all states and all lotteries within those states, so they're not broken down state by state. And then in the second half of the tip sheet, that's where I get to break down into actually the individual states and numbers specific for those states. And the nice thing about this is, as I go through this, if you've seen my previous videos, or you can actually go ahead and check it out in the channel, these numbers I put in here, I actually do a review twice a month. So I've already done half of July, you can go back and find that, where I go through and I basically track multiple different states and say, for those states, what numbers out of the number vault actually hit for those states. So you'll actually be able to see which numbers hit on which days, and you'll actually go ahead and you'll see how much potential money you could have won if you played those numbers. So it's not just a case of, hey, here are the numbers, they win. I actually show you that they are winning by going back and backtracking and doing the math and the calculation and showing you exactly which numbers hit on which days for which states and which sections it came from in the lottery, in the number vault. So you can go ahead and you can use those videos to actually go ahead and decide which sections you want to play in the next month. So they're a very great resource. I do one in the middle of the month for the halfway through the month, where I just go through the basic numbers and the amount of money you could have won. And then the one I do at the end of the month actually has a full breakdown, a full spreadsheet that shows you exactly which numbers, which section of the number vault, which date. So it's full transparency. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. You see exactly which numbers we're hitting and where they were hitting. So you can go ahead and make the decision for yourself as to whether or not you think this is something you want to go ahead and get. Alright, so first page you get to a couple of different things. You've got the hot doubles and the hot triples. So the hot triples, if you like doing triples and quadruple numbers in the pick 3 and pick 4, these are the ones that I'm recommending that you might want to look out for in the month of July. The hot doubles are basically the doubles numbers that will come out within the pick 3 and pick 4. So you see, a double 8 there, or a double 0 here, or a double 2 there, double 4 in the pick 4, double 6. So these are, if you like playing doubles, these are sections you should play for the doubles. The captions picks and the computer picks are actually a little bit of a fun section. If you like to play just random numbers for fun, that's what these two specifically are. Basically, This is human picked, and this is computer picked, and it's just a little fun section to go ahead and see which one gets the most. Is it the computer picking the numbers, or is it the human picking the numbers? So that's just a little bit of a fun section there. Alright, next page, we're getting into the rundown. So I do a couple of rundowns for pick 3, and I said these are good for all states. And we've got the base grid, we've got the translated grid. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll see how these rundowns work and how I do these, but I've pre-done these for you, so you'll get these suggested numbers here that you can go ahead and play. If you don't want to play the suggested numbers, you're more than welcome to pick the numbers out of the base grid and translated grid. And the two methods we use is the +3 and the -3, and the anti-clockwise picking up. So there's two different pick 3 rundowns there. If you're a newbie player starting out in the lottery, these are ones that I recommend people start to play. Maybe just pick the suggested numbers and start playing those, play a few of those. And then pay attention to grids and see whether or not you see patterns within the grids coming out throughout the month as well. That's a good one for someone that's just starting out playing the lottery. So we do the same again on the pick 4 rundowns. We've got two rundowns. We've got the +3, +6, +9 rundown, and the anti-clockwise counting up method. Same thing again. Go ahead and I've suggested some numbers here out of the grids, but you can certainly play from within the grids if you're seeing stuff coming in here. And as I said, if you're a new person to the number vault or new to lotteries, these are the two sections I would recommend starting from, both the pick 3 rundowns and the pick 4 rundowns. And do it a couple of different ways. As I said, go ahead and use the suggested numbers, and then go ahead and, as the results come out, see if they're coming up in the grids themselves, and see if you're noticing patterns coming up in the grids, and then play the numbers that are actually showing in those patterns that you're seeing coming out. So that's a good one there. Alright, next page. We've got a couple of sections here. We've got the if this then pick 3. So the way this works is on the left hand side of each column you'll have two numbers and an X, and the idea is you look at the result that came out, and say for example if we had a 189 come out, so that would match this one here, this X89, because X could be any number itself. So what you want to do is in the next few lotteries is play something that starts with a 72. So you might want to play a 721, 722, 723, but that's the idea, is when these numbers on the left come out here, you play the corresponding numbers on the right here. So that's how that works. Lucky 3s and lucky 4s are some numbers we've calculated for all states. To go ahead, so if you're a beginner, you might want to start playing some of these lucky 3 and lucky 4 numbers. I see these coming quite a bit as we go through the results in the half-month review and the month-end reviews. We do see the lucky 3s and lucky 4s coming up pretty well. And I want to mention, as you play these numbers, depending on the style of how you like to win and how frequently versus how much you like to win, that will determine what style of game you want to play, whether or not you want to play box numbers, whether you want to play straight numbers. I personally like to play box numbers, and I'll tell you why I like to play box numbers. I like to win more frequently. I know I'm not going to win as much money when I play the box numbers, but that joy of winning quite a bit is what makes me happy. So I play the box numbers because that gives me a greater chance of winning out of these numbers. If you want to win more money but potentially less frequently, play these numbers straight, because that way when you do actually win, you're going to win a lot more money. Give for example, if you play a pick 3 number straight, you're going to win $500, which is a lot of money. If you play a pick 4 number, I believe it's $5,000. So, and that will vary from state to state. I know California has some different rules around how much to win, but that's the potential winnings there. So that's how I would recommend playing either box or straight or any of the other styles. So next we have the multi-state numbers. So there are 4 multi-state games that we have. I think there's actually 5 now. I don't actually have Lotto America in here. I need to add that at some point. But we've got the Powerball, the Mega Millions, the Lucky for Life, and the Cash for Life. And what I've done is gone ahead and pick some numbers that I think are going to be good for the month to come out. Now you can either play these in a couple of different ways. You can either grab random numbers from these and play these each lottery drawing, or I would recommend going ahead and using a lottery wheel, putting some of these numbers into a lottery wheel. We've got lottery wheels on lotterypredictor.com website in the resources section to download. You can go ahead and download those wheels and play those wheels. And definitely check out the videos I've done for the lottery wheels. That'll explain how to use the rundown worksheet and how to play these numbers in a wheel. Alright, next up we have the top secret section. This is probably my favorite section. This is the one I like to play out of a lot. If you're a newbie player, and you just past the rundown section where you think, I want to play a few more numbers. Top Secret might be another good one to play. As I said, much like the Lucky Threes and Lucky Fours, I do see Top Secret coming up quite a bit. So this is a fun section. We pre-calculate these numbers. These are good for all states, so you can definitely play these in any state. It doesn't matter. Alright, next we're getting into the states. So all that first section there, all the first pages I showed you here, as I said, these are good for all states. We've done the calculations on these, I've played the algorithms, and as I said, you can go ahead and you can check the spreadsheets and the videos where I walk through it. You'll see that these are actually working for all states. So that's the first section. Next section is where we get into the state by state. And this is where you've got basically every single state that has a lottery. You're going to go ahead and see your section for here. So if if you play multiple states, for example, if you live in Indiana, and you're right on the border with Indiana and Ohio, you can go ahead and you can play. You'll get both the Indiana and the Ohio, so you can play numbers from that. So maybe you've got friends that you have. They play tickets for you in other states. You can go ahead and get those numbers for here. I don't split it up. When you get this, you get all the states, and of course, you probably saw as I was flipping through, you've got Western Canada in there, and you've got Ontario in there. And if you're in another country, and don't worry, I am working on adding more in here for other countries, so definitely leave me a comment below. I have seen your other comments. I've taken note of the countries that are on my list to add into here. It's just a matter of timing when I can actually get those added in here. But don't worry. If you don't see a country in here, you can still play the first section. Those will work for you as well. So as you say, I've just set through all the different states there, all the different countries. You saw everything in there, so you're getting all of these sections here. Now the way this breaks up, Arizona only has pick 3. That's why the first page you see only pick 3 numbers. But let's go ahead and skip ahead to Arkansas, where you'll see Arkansas has both pick 3 and pick 4. So that I've specifically broken it up, so if you don't have a pick 3 lottery, you won't get the pick 3 numbers. That way, you're not wasting your time seeing those. If you don't have a pick 4, you won't see the pick 4. That's why you only see pick 3 in Arizona, because they don't have a pick 4 lottery. So it's very tailored specifically to the state that you're in. So there's 3 different sections on the pages here. So on the left hand side here, you'll see these are actually dates here: 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. These are the dates of the month, and you'll see 3 pick 3 numbers and 3 pick 4 numbers. So those are the numbers where you can actually play on a date by date. So we're not just breaking it down to state, we're breaking it down to day as well, where you can actually go ahead and play those. Now I've actually seen people go ahead and play these dates on multiple days. So they'll take the first and they may play it for the first 10 days, and that's perfectly fine too. This is free form for you to play however you want these numbers. I have seen people take the first, play it on the 5th, and win on the 5th. So it's definitely worth taking a look at to see, tracking these throughout the month to see that. This is actually a section that I don't track. So when you see the results coming out, when I do the performance reviews for the number vault, I don't actually go ahead and track these sections. So if you're winning out of this is bonus money you're getting. So there's even more value to it than I'm actually showing you in those videos. On the right, we've got the hot 3s and the hot 4s. Now, these are specific to your state. If you go ahead and you look in different states, for example, look at California, each of these have different numbers because these are tailored to your state. So you won't see the same pick 3 numbers in California as you see in Arkansas, and this is true for every other single state too. Every one you look at will have a different set of numbers because these are specific just to your state that you're playing in. So these are the hot 3s and the hot 4 numbers that you can go ahead and play. As I said, if you're a beginner and you're not playing much, certainly don't go spending a huge amount of money on the lottery. Please only spend what you are willing to lose. That's the way the lottery works. Assume you're going to lose, be happy when you win, so only play the money that you're willing to lose. But you might want to start by picking just a few of these numbers. If you're a hardcore lottery player, and I know there are a lot of you out there, and you're comfortable with it, you can certainly play all of them. I personally don't play all of the numbers. I'm more mid-range. I'm a little bit more conservative, but play the style that you're happy with and you're comfortable with playing. So these are the pick 4 and the pick 3 numbers. These are hot numbers we think are going to be good for the month. And then finally in the bottom section, these are the quick 5. So if you're in a rush and you just want to pick some quick numbers, really quick, get out there, play your numbers, you don't want to have to worry about looking at the sheets, that's what this section is down below. You go ahead, find your state, grab the quick 5 numbers out of here. There are 5 pick 3 numbers, 5 pick 4 numbers, and you can go ahead and play that. And that's it. So lots and lots of great numbers. As I said, you've got every single state in here. They're all tailored for your individual states. So you can go ahead and play that. You've got the full numbers here for the other sections that are good for all states and all countries. And as I said, this is now 50 pages, and you're getting it for a fantastically low price. I have not raised the price, even though it's a lot more work now for me to go ahead and create this every single month. I've kept the price the same, and if you subscribe, you still get those same discounts. So if you subscribe to the membership, you're still getting that 10% discount, and if you do the annual subscription, you are getting the 40% discount on this. So as I said, this is July. August is out right now. You can go ahead and grab that. The link is below in the description. Go to lotterypredictor.com. You'll see it in the footer as well on lotterypredictor.com, or in the menu under the number vault. And if you're seeing this past July or past August, then whatever month we're in right now, the edition will be out for that as well, because I put this out every single month, and you can grab this every single month. Alright, that's it. Hopefully this answered a lot of questions that people have been having. If I change it up in the future and add more, I'll probably do another one of these, because I'm always looking at the numbers, always looking at which sections are working, which sections are starting to drag a little bit, and changing it up to give you the best possible numbers every single month, so you can go ahead and pick your winning numbers out of this, because that's ultimately what I want to see. I want to see you guys winning money. Nothing makes me happier than when I do a video, or I get an email and I see a comment saying, hey, I played your numbers out of this video, or I played your numbers out of the number vault, and I won this much money. I've had some great emails and some great comments where people have won a lot of money out of this, and it warms my heart to know that I'm doing this for you guys, and you're winning money, and it's making you happy, because that's ultimately what this is about. Alright, that's it. If you like this, definitely give me a thumbs up. Share this with anyone else that you think might like the number vault, might like Lottery Predictor and all the videos that we do. Leave me a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Good luck. Bye.